Night, the boy cuts his nails by candlelight, then he throws them out of the house. He returns from a school trip but the housekeeper stops him, because the boy had returned home 3 months earlier. They were both convinced that the other was a fake. The servant looked at him for a long time. He couldn't tell who the boy was. Then they began to argue. The noise of the argument reached Madam's room. They pushed the door and they saw 2 identical sons. In order to find out which of them was the real boy, Madam and her husband came up with a brilliant plan. They interrogated each one with the same questions. His son almost died when he was a child. How old was he? What had happened to him? He was 5 years old when he got lost in a snowstorm. The other boy gave the lady the same answer. They realized that both boys were right. They didn't know how to tell the difference. Madam asked him again, what kind of wood was used to make the closet last month? The false boy answered her question immediately, but the real boy didn't know, because he had just returned. When the man saw this, he called the houseboy, and told him to get rid of the imposter. The false boy cried and said, I'm your real son. The man rolled up his sleeves and dragged him out. No matter how much the boy explains, it doesn't matter. In the end, he stood sadly on the edge of the cliff. The boy lamented his miserable fate. After